Hello, this is Mike Lotzenheiser, the Wells County Area Plan Commission Director, and today I just wanted to go over the Wells County Area Plan Commission's 2017 Director's Annual Report. So, in brief introduction, this was a year of new priorities and continued growth. We had a lot of work with downtown revitalization, discussions in regards to the future housing development, rural and urban sewage disposal issues, and development of GIS data and improving our layers. The future of Wells County and the cities and towns within it is being reviewed this last year and into the future in a way that hasn't been done in the past, in a very critical, deliberate way to try to figure out whether or not we're doing the right things to develop in a proper manner. In this report, we're going to talk about permits, violations, APC petitions, BZA petitions, the Plat Committee petitions, budgets, and fees, the 2017 notes, the 2017 GIS projects, continuing education, and the multi-year comparisons. So we'll start off with permits. Last year we had 364 permits. 307 of those fit in our other category. 32 were urban homes and 25 were rural homes. We had 22 active violations right now. One from 2014, one from 2015. Both of those are being handled. The 2014 one is in the hands of FEMA and DNR right now. The 2015 one is at our attorney's office right now. 2016 we have 3 of them that are currently working on. In 2017 we have 16 active violations going on right now. APC petitions, we had 25 in total. 1 confined feeding operation, 5 Plan Commission approved development plans, 7 staff approved development plans, 1 major subdivision, 1 ordinance amendment, 6 rezonings, 2 divisions of a minor subdivision, and 2 communication towers. BZA petitions, we had 24 of those this year, 5 special exceptions, and 19 variances. Plat Committee, we had 131 total petitions, 59 minor subdivisions, 44 additions, 23 combines, and 5 pond reviews. For budgets and collections, the combined budget between the APC and GIS office is $220,184. You see the breakup between APC and GIS budgets there. GIS budget is a lot higher this last year because of the purchasing of orthophotography and LiDAR data. Collections, we collected $38,768.55 in the collection of fees and copying costs and map printing. You see the breakdown between the APC and GIS fees being collected, and that covered about 18% of the total budget. 2017 notes, we successfully updated the zoning ordinance with some much needed changes. We've had successfully accomplished more of the comprehensive plans goals in the category of downtown revitalization, heavy industrial uses, and county growth and youth involvement. We have actively participated in the countywide housing and growth study. We've actively participated in the Bluffton downtown revitalization efforts. I'm currently the president for that organization. We have actively participated in the State's Planning Association, was elected as leadership role as Northern Region Rep in January of this year. We have actively participated in the Wells County Chamber's efforts regarding downtown revitalization and took a leadership role on the Chamber Board to help give updates to our Chamber in regards to what's going on there. We've provided planning support for the Health Department for county sewer discussions, starting looking at alternative rural sewer opportunities that might be out there in the future. We've started the process of determining whether or not we're growing in a beneficial way, looking at information supported by Strong Towns, a non-for-profit agency, to help us drive that conversation along, as well as looking at the results of the housing study. Zanesville officially became a member of the National Flood Insurance Program, so that people within the town limits of Zanesville can get flood insurance on their properties. We started the process of getting Zanesville to become a member of the community rating system. This will help reduce the cost of flood insurance within their community based on above and beyond things that are being done in the community in regards to floodplain related items. We are currently moving forward with potential flood buyout for 2 properties in the Veracruz area, and we'll have more news on that in this beginning new year. We've actively participated in the Permitting Excellence Coalition with work to improve the permitting process in Northeast Indiana. We have actively participated in the planning phases of the Pocobash Trail branding and development group, led by the Northeast Indiana Regional Coordinating Council. We also utilized the drone this year to take pictures of flood events, public facilities, and the street fair. GIS notes, we have created 2 new layers this year. One is the new right-of-way layer, where we're depicting and maintaining data on our public-facing website, the Beacon website, wellscountygis.org website, showing where new right-of-ways have been acquired, either through the requirements of our ordinance or through the highway department's efforts in changing over roads from gravel to pavement or for bridge projects. Also showing off the TIF district layer, showing where existing tax increment finance districts are located throughout the community to help with economic development aspects and projects. We have made some major improvements to the sex offender buffer layer, parcel layer, streets layer, and address layer, and we're always striving to do more improvements to make the map as usable and accurate as humanly possible. We have successfully implemented ArcGIS server and are starting to utilize some of the many benefits of that upgrade to improve efficiencies. We've used GIS to analyze our housing stock in support of the housing study process, and we'll be able to help guide the implementation ideas into the future use of GIS. Continuing education, we're going to continue to maintain my certification as a Certified Floodplain Manager, or CFM, and we'll continue to get the continuing education to maintain that. Also, the same thing with the American Institute of Certified Planners certification, and as well as participating in the Northeast Indiana GIS Information Consortium group, where we get to learn about latest trends and opportunities in GIS from neighboring communities in Northeast Indiana. With that, here comes the multi-year comparisons, kind of the highlight of the annual report. So with that, we wanted to look at a little bit different, more a long-term view on housing and on permits than we have in the past. So what we did is we pulled up information from history from 1990 and 2000 and created what we call a healthy growth rate line. And this is where we get to see where the gap in housing has occurred from. You get to see when in 90 and 2000 we had a lot more housing starts than we have today. At right now we're about 75 homes shy of that healthy growth rate, which is 2% per year. We're currently growing at 8.23% since 2010. With that rate, we'd be able to catch our healthy growth rate in 2031. So this is a big point of discussion as we're talking about the housing study and some of the other discussions going on in the county, to make sure that we're trying to grow in a proper way and attracting people to come and work here in Wells County and doing the things that are needed to make those attractions occur. Permitting, we looked at the same basic information. We looked at 1990 and 2000 as well as 2010 through 2017. With that, we're 130 permits shy of the healthy growth rate at 2% per year. We're currently growing at 5.56% since 2010, and then on our current average growth rate, we would catch the healthy growth rate in 2026. So again, you see the lack of, is based on the same base information that you see from the housing starts that you see in general permits. And you see our growth is going positively right now, but we're way behind where we were just in 1990 and 2000, just a couple of decades ago. Development plans and variances, we've seen a slight decline in development plan petitions. These are commercial, industrial type projects that usually require development plans or multifamily residential. And variances are when people ask to change or adjust the rules that are set forth in the ordinance to the Board of Zoning Appeals, where there's just a slight increase in those numbers. And you can see the kind of the jump. What we're looking for there is that variances, when we issue a lot of variances during the year, it's probably time to look at an ordinance amendment to reduce the number of those. And with development plans, that's kind of the sign of how what bigger projects are coming through our community. With that, basic conclusion is this has been a successful year for growth in many aspects. We've been busier based on permits, based on homes, based on basically any metric that you can look at, which is a good thing for our community. But there's so much more that we need to do to make sure that every development that we're doing is positive for our community, which brings more of an aspect of looking at the prism of downtown revitalization and the housing study and how we're implementing those items to improve how we're growing. Always looking at ways to increase the impact of our GIS, and just looking at a way to add to the value of the Plan Commission and our staffing here to improve how the community develops and what we can do to make a better community through proactive planning. With that, thank you much for your time and consideration in this report, and wish us all the best of luck in 2018. Thank you.